Why, good morning, you beautiful souls. Welcome to our Sunday Satsang. And today is all about the most important subject and topic in life yourself. This I am presence. What does it really mean? How can we tap into this divine, eternal concept? The question, who am I, is something that has been deeply rooted in all aspects of spirituality, religion, and this kind of internal, intangible inner looking that we call awakening, ascension, leveling up, whatever you want to call it, doesn't really matter. It's an opportunity for us to fully liberate ourselves, to enter into that realm that many call enlightenment through this doorway of looking at ourselves. So go ahead and roll the shoulders out, get relaxed, get comfortable, get those last few wiggles out. And as we begin this introspection into the divine, so that we can ultimately heal, liberate ourselves, awaken to a deeper understanding of not only life, but ourselves, but that we can wake and tap into this concept of wholeness, of oneness. For it is this same I am presence that permeates all, that connects each of us, that unites everything. So I lovingly invite you into this space of the heart, this throne of the soul, as we begin this introspection and looking at ourselves. When you hear the first 3 taps of the singing bowl, take a nice deep breath in with each sound of the bowl as it rings. And with your exhale, transform it into a powerful Om. Allow yourself to relax the jaw. And as that A note resonates and you lower the mouth to the M, naturally this divine chord will sing out your own frequency, your own vibration, the one that resonates your heart. Allow yourself to continue the calm, the peace, the quiet, carried over from sleep. Pay no attention to what has to be done today. Give yourself permission to let go of everything from the past, to remain here in the present undisturbed by any distractions. Recognize that this infinite now is all that exists. It's the only moment you ever live. So pay it your full attention. Remain as that witness and the observer, and understand that all is playing out before you like a divine film. Allow everything to be. Remain as you are. Fall in love with yourself again. And as you hear this final tap of the singing bowl, again, shift your attention to the sound of the bowl as it fades into silence. So too, keep your attention on that calm, that quiet, that peace within you. This question, who am I? It is the primordial, it is the original question. To initiate this inner looking, this search of what life is, what all is, and most importantly, who we are. When this question is carried out, we come to the experiential knowing that this essence of self is derived from the one, the creator, the source. universal consciousness, God. It matters not what you call it, but it's that eternal love, that eternal fire that radiates from the heart. We're each but sparks of this one grand flame. That is the true home and origin of your sense of self. Not the temporary happenings, not this fleshly body, nor the conditioned beliefs and behaviors of this form, but that essence of presence, of beingness, of awareness that we know as self. One cannot grab on to what we truly are, for we use the body to interact in this physical world. But so too in the dream state, our sense of self, that position of me, myself, and I is very firmly rooted. Yet in the dream, there is no such thing as physical matter. It is even that sense of self that observes selflessness, that observes the absence of existence and being. So what happens when you give your full attention to you? What happens when we shift that silent awareness in which we are towards our own witnessing? It's here we can come to recognize who we are is determined and found by recognizing and realizing what we're not. You are not the temporary happenings. You are not the thoughts. And until you recognize that you are not any sound that you hear within you, there is no mental chatter that is us. It is all presented to us. And until this recognition is understood fully, you'll never come to realize that you are the sky itself. And the thoughts and many internal happenings are but the clouds, are but the breeze, are but the birds and random animals and bugs flying through, to and from. Your consciousness, your sense of self is the backdrop in which this screen, this play of life displays itself upon. Without you, there is nothing, for you are the divine. We can come to see this existence as that one source playing itself out through many, collecting information upon itself through itself. Cells of the whole, marinating in this womb of creation. It's this we can come to understand the true essence of gratitude, being beyond grateful for this experience called life. So what happens when you let go of all the temporary identifications and attachments? What happens when you tell yourself that you are not the thoughts? What arises within your experience when you know that you are not the temporary states of emotion or physical sensation? What arises within your own beingness when temptations, urges, bouts of passion no longer sway your sense of self? Clearly, we come to see who we are through what we're not. And if you come to recognize that you are nothing that is temporary, what does that leave you? In truth, what is the only thing in your experience that has gone unchanging? Is it not you? In its essence, hear the truth in that statement. What we identify and attach means nothing. The fads, the temporary states of what we're into and what we're not, those matter not. Even the physical body itself changes, but the one position in which we live from is that throne of the soul in which is discussed earlier. Your position of the observer The silent witness goes unchanging. So what is it? Who are you? What is life? Beyond the temporary identifications. You are the creator. You are a god and goddess. It is your birthright to discover this answer, but you must search, you must look, you must question. Don't allow the egoic mind, the many aspects of our personhood that are expecting some type of answer from this questioning and inner looking. For that is not how the spiritual recognitions and insights become aware and present to us. It is not necessarily the question and the answer, but the journey to the answer that is revealed. Giving ourselves the opportunity in this space to witness. That is where we come to understand and recognize what we are. Do not rely on the mind to give you any answer for these types of questions, for our pureness and beingness goes beyond the mind's comprehension. It goes beyond the imagination. The many suggestions of thought are one of the first signs to tell you that it is feared and fearful of you coming into understanding what you are. For what child likes to give away the control of something in which it just gained? What child likes to willingly and lovingly give away their favorite toy? The attachment and identification to the temporary is nothing but a conditioned behavior, nothing but a learned identification. But just as anything else you learn, do you not willingly and lovingly let go of the old understanding? When you learn how to tie your shoes, you do not seemingly forget. So too, be loving enough for yourself to let go of all past understanding of who and what you are. Dance into the unknown, dive into the deep, and explore these waters of yourself. No persecution, no judgment, no assumption that you know an answer, but allow life to present you the opportunity to experience what you are. We come to experience our presence through these moments of peace and calm. For it is the aroma of our being that we take note of. It's that essence of self in which is observed when all else is gone. And as this divine deduction arises, we are left with what already was. Allow yourself to marinate, to simply sit within yourself. If there's internal noise and chatter happening, allow it. Simply watch it and observe it from the sense of this position of the observer, from the position of the witness. And if able and capable, shift your attention more to the silence in between such internal happenings. Begin to take note of the internal experience and the external one. Is there a loss of physical self, as if you've merged into the surroundings? Or is there a distinction felt of the body being relaxed and calm, but still your point of locality? This is the time in which we fall in love with the search. For when you experience the quiet, the peace, the balance, you must come to know that this is the ground of your being. This is the very essence of what you are. That emptiness, that nothingness, that calmness, that fullness, this dynamic no thing. This is the beauty of this divine experience. For there are many flavors and realms to explore. But until we understand our true position and come to marinate in this questioning of the who am I, we never fully get to live as ourselves. For the beingness is always expressing some form or shape of conditioning or past pain. It's here the very sense of the word liberation. It points us towards that truth of what we are actually being liberated from. Our own assumptions, our own expectations, and in turn, a liberation and letting go of our suffering, allowing everything to be as it is, for we know what we are. We know what life is. And it's that firsthand experiential knowing that allows us to have the most profound and utmost faith and trust in life, thus letting go of fear. So come to awaken to the sense of self, continue to question, and most importantly, know that this inner looking and unfoldment of who am I, it never ends. There may be seemingly checkpoints along this road of this internal search, but the depth of love, the nature of the light in which we are, is but an infinite ocean that knows no end. Yet every layer explored, every piece of self that is understood and known, awakens and unfolds 1,000, if not more, doors of questioning and introspection. For there is no end to the divine, that in which we are. Take a nice deep breath here, filling yourself up with as much chi, prana, these vital energies and air around you. And release the breath as a sigh of relief. Again, take 2 more breaths in this nature. Deep inhalations. Dropping away and letting the exhale go. And again, 1 last breath here. And simply rest with a smile on your face. Again, look at everything within your experience from this position of the observer, of the witness. Know here that throughout the day, throughout your life, this subtle recognition can be lived as the foreground of your experience. So everything in which you live is witnessed through this recognition that you are the observer. Remain in this and see how quickly the separation arises from the temporary to you. See how more easily life's adventures and chaos flows through, around, and uplifts you. It's here in this living recognition that you are the witness, sitting upon that throne of the soul, reminding yourselves you are not the temporary. That will be your key to unlock not only your potential, but to dissolve the veil that hides you from seeing what you are and what all else is. All it takes is but a moment, one fraction of a second of relaxation and calm to fully experience, know, and live out such truths. So give yourself the grace. Give yourself the love. And when you hear the final tap of the singing bowl, take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, transform into a powerful yet gentle Om. As you proclaim to yourself that remembrance, that dedication to remaining in the position of that witness and observer, so that you may experience and come to answer that divine question, who am I? From your true position. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you, and thank you so much for tapping in this morning. The I am presence within each being. Now, this is a really fascinating avenue of introspection for any spiritual aspirant, because ultimately it's the one that leads you to the grand poobah, the end result, the finale. It's what's going to take you straight to the essence of everything. And this is where you must learn your true power. You have the opportunity to let go of everything. I know a lot of people get caught up in the egoic kind of, oh, I want A, B, C, D. I can't let go of this unless I let go of this. I can't let go of this conditioning unless I heal from this aspect of my past. And I just say poppycock. At any moment, you can choose to let go of all of the person and everything identified with that. But we have to lovingly and willingly do so. Just like a monkey swinging from vine to vine, it can't continue to swing if it doesn't let go of the past, the old. It's the same thing for us as people. To really awaken to the divine, you have to let go of everything, and really in relation to the person, it matters not. It's not who and what we are. That can be scary, but rest assured, you lovingly and willingly let go of the person every night. That was the one piece of information that I heard that really kind of resonated with my heart, that helped me in this process, because the mind will try to create so many walls of fear to fully let go and take this search to this next level. But you cannot progress spiritually until you're willingly and lovingly enough to let go of this fleshly beingness, this temporary body. You can't awaken on the level of the mind if you think you're the thoughts that are happening in your forefront. You can't liberate the heart if you think every emotion is you, rather than the radar and kind of sensory organ that it is. Same thing with the physical body. If you think you're every sensation and urge and temptation and pull, life is going to be really chaotic. So this is where you have to question yourself. Well, what am I holding on to the most? What am I refusing to let go? What within myself, or within these words that he's saying, do I refuse to entertain? Because that's really the key to it all. The moment you entertain it is the moment that you open it up as a reality, because again, you are the perceiver of it. You are the creator of your reality. If you're not willing to see something, you're never going to be able to experience it. And that's probably one of the biggest pieces of information, because again, this who am I, this sense of self, if you believe yourself to be the body, that is what your experience is going to be capped at firsthand. Sorry to say it, but That is the power that we each have as the creators we are, created in the image of the source, the one creator. So I really implore you, take this inner looking and the words that were spoken in the meditation to heart. Begin to entertain them as truth for yourself, because when you open yourself up to it, then you can experience it. But if you're going to resist it and to say, no, I can't do that, no, I can't do that, you're speaking that into existence, because your sense of self, your I am presence, is empowered and imbued with that of all the energies of creation. Because again, you're a spark of the eternal fire. You're a spark of one flame of the one flame. You are creating this world simultaneously as you're living it. Spirituality gets trippy the more you go. I'm not gonna lie, but that's the paradoxical nature that we must get to. And once you're kind of in that spiritual paradox realm, then you understand the play and ridiculousness that this life is. But until we get there, until this journey of inner looking brings you to that doorstep of recognition, you must recognize that you are the witness to everything. You are the silent observer. Your awareness, you're simply a window of awareness. And the more you let go of the temporary happenings and remain grounded and centered in that truth, you don't get to experience the real cool stuff. And it's not a point to discourage. It's not a point to, create any type of divide or division. It's more so meant as a word of encouragement that if you're already here listening to these words right now, you're already ready. But you have to look within yourself. What do you have that resistance towards? When you hear, let go of this, let go of that, you are not this, you are not that. What is it that you kind of pucker up for? What is it that you get a little like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about that? That's your beingness telling you explore that. So I don't want to get too long-winded with this. There's nothing more important than answering that question, who am I? Nothing more important. It is the only question that truly matters, because until you get to this recognition and understanding of who we are, how do we know who's living life for us? That's something that you have to kind of look within yourself and determine. But most importantly, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed, and in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment, for a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all whom ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. I love you so much. Thank you for tapping in. I'll see you Wednesday. Ooh, can you believe January is flying by like this already? It's tripping me out, but time's compressing. Any questions, any comments, leave them right in the link below. Check out the description, donate, subscribe, share, all the fun stuff. I'll talk with you later. Tap back in on Wednesday. And most importantly, have a great day. Have a great week. I love you so much. Peace.